In today's video, I'll be making an entire bowl of edible toilet slime, using ingredients you can find at pretty much any grocery store. And then, I'll be tasting the creation. Plus more things you guys dared me to do in the comment section.
Crazy mother.
So here we are back in the bathroom. In the last toilet slime video, which was like a month ago now, I made fluffy slime in the toilet, which involved putting shaving cream all over it, and then I covered it in paint, and it kind of looked like an ice cream thing. And a lot of people were saying, oh my god, I want to eat that so much. And people were daring me to eat it in the comment section. I just thought, wouldn't it be weird if we could come up with an actually edible version of this? Because obviously if you eat a bunch of contact solution, you're gonna die, which was one of the ingredients in that. So you can't eat that stuff. But there are forms of edible slime out there. Unfortunately, after putting it in the toilet, it will pretty much become inedible either way. But after all the comments from people saying that I should eat the toilet slime, I had to come up with some way to make this happen. So the ingredients I'm going to be using here are sweetened condensed milk and cornstarch. And if you're wondering exactly how much sweetened condensed milk you'll need to buy in order to make an entire toilet bowl full, the answer is everything that they have at Walmart. I'm probably not going to need to use that much cornstarch, but I got a whole bunch of this stuff anyways. Now, seeing as how the toilet bowl is completely filled with water, I'm going to need to shut it off, then flush it, and then start emptying the water out manually because it won't flush if the tank is completely empty too. So let's get that started. You see what I mean? When I was taking the water out of the toilet in the last video, a lot of people were saying if I were to just flush it, it would have worked again, but it doesn't quite work like that. However, if you time it out right, you can turn it off at the right moment and then you can get the least amount of water in there. Plus, this thing does flush a little bit funky. I feel like there was a joke in there somewhere. Now back to getting this out. Alright, now I'm just going to use a rag to dry out the rest of the stuff that's in there. Alright, so I've got all the toilet water out now, and the water's turned off. And although I did clean the living shit out of this toilet before I got this thing started, I can't help but remember all the horrors that this toilet has seen. And you can't really scrub those away. Not really looking forward to doing this. But we've come all this way, so... Now, because I have a million cans here, and these are not pop-top cans, I figured it would speed things up a little bit to use an electric can opener. So the top has already came off this thing like twice now, and it was the absolute cheapest piece of junk one that they had at the store. And so I'm really just hoping that it makes it through all these cans. And if it does, I'll say it was worth it. Okay, already I'm having some difficulties with this thing. This isn't going well. There we go. All right. It's doing one of them at least. Alright, here goes the first can of sweetened condensed milk. It's already basically slime. Okay, this thing's a total piece of junk. What the fuck? Alright, I'm switching to a manual. That thing was a pain in the ass. I'm just gonna set that one aside. No! I keep dropping stuff into the toilet. I'm starting to think I might have actually bought too much of this stuff. Better to have too much than not enough though. Alright, so the floor is very sticky. Everything's actually very sticky. Sweetened condensed milk is really disgusting. I haven't actually even tasted it a little bit yet because I wanted to wait until it was completely made before I actually tasted it. But I'm just talking about the way that it feels and its consistency. It's really sticky and it's runny. It's just, it's kind of like snot. And we have about as much of it as my toilet bowl can handle, and I think I bought way too many sweetened condensed milks, but that's okay. Should be good for some kind of weird challenge in the future maybe, I don't know. But now the next step is adding cornstarch. Not exactly sure how much of this I'm going to need, but I'm just going to start with an entire container. They said I needed 1 tablespoon per can of sweetened condensed milk, so I'm not going to add all that up, I'm just going to start dumping it in there. Okay, I can already kind of tell that I'm going to need more than that, although the stuff is pretty slimy already, but not near the consistency that we're aiming for. It's definitely a good start, but I think we are going to need some more of it. Good thing I got 6 cans of this stuff. I'm thinking 3 might actually be the magic number. If not, it'll be overdoing it, in which case it'll be like powdery slime, but that's okay. So here's all my empty sweetened condensed milk cartons. This is literally all the sweetened condensed milk that they had at Walmart. And this is most of the cornstarch they had at Walmart. And I just want to show you guys a little bit of what it looks like blending all this stuff together. It kind of reminds me of baking something, like kneading dough or whatever, just because I over-powdered the hell out of it. I'm getting like smoke coming off of it from all the powder coming up in the air. Whoa, oh my gosh. Okay, getting a little too excited there. I may have underestimated the disgustingness of all this stuff, in which case I will need to be using more cornstarch. Good thing I have a bunch of that stuff. Or do I? I'm actually down to my last one. I don't want to have to improvise ingredients in the kitchen like last time. That could be quite dangerous. Oh, yeah, I have another one. Okay, this one might save the day. Mix it all up and see what we've got. It smells kind of funky. That's probably the sweetened condensed milk. Meanwhile, the room's starting to look a little bit cloudy from all the cornstarch going up into the air. I don't know if I'm just tired from opening all the cans, but this stuff is feeling heavy. This is my last container of cornstarch, so if this doesn't get it more slimy, we're gonna be pretty screwed. Oh man, my arm's getting tired. Alright, so this is what a toilet bowl full of edible slime looks like. And I gotta say, it does stick to itself pretty well. I mean, I'm able to pretty much pull the entire mass out of the toilet. Ah! Oh my gosh. But it does not want to stay still, and it definitely has a habit of sticking to you. So just out of sheer luck, I did happen to find one more open container of cornstarch, so I'm gonna add that to it, because obviously this is not the consistency that I'm hoping for. Although it's getting there, you know what I mean? But I'm thinking that a little bit more powder will help it not stick to me as much, and that's what I want. Then I can start mowing down on this massive feast right here, which is probably gonna give me the plague and whatever other diseases happen to be lurking in my toilet. But yeah, let's finish making it. Alright, now because I've used 6 of these things already, I'm guessing that's not going to be enough right there. So I'm going to have to improvise, and I'm going to use this Jiffy buttermilk biscuit mix. At least this is also edible. I'm keeping it edible stuff. Now I just have to kind of mush the stuff up, and hopefully it turns into something that's kind of like slime. I gotta admit, like that right there is already slime. You just have to keep it super powdery so it doesn't stick to you. Like that right there is perfect. That's exactly what we're trying to get out of this entire bowl though. And I think we might have actually done it. I seriously think that was just the perfect amount that we needed to actually get it to work. That's awesome. By work, I mean that it sticks to itself, but not to me. And that's, again, that's the goal in making slime. And the added benefit is that this is also going to be kind of edible, other than how, of course, it comes out of a toilet. My hands are completely void of sticky slime. I just got some powder on it, but that's okay. That's probably the best outcome we could have had here. I barely had enough cornstarch and other stuff to actually make it dry enough. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a preview of what we've actually got going on here. Now that is like really good slime. Other than how it kind of crumbles a little bit, you can't expect too much when you're trying to make it purposely to also be eaten. I mean, this is a toy slash food, plus it was made in a toilet, so yeah, keep the expectations low, but the whole thing is this disgusting glob of slime here. And to be honest, I may have even used too much powder. Maybe it's too solid right now. But as you can see, it still sticks to my fingers a little bit. I mean, not mostly, but just the parts that aren't really over powdered. It's actually kind of more similar to like a Play-Doh or something. Either way, still very cool, still very happy with the results of this. Yes! There it is! There's the toilet bowl full of slime! That's kind of like my victory lap after making an entire toilet bowl full of slime, is being able to pull it out in one giant mass. And if that works, as you can see it is right here, then I'd say we got a pretty successful batch of slime. Now, I'm pretty sure the part that was most appetizing to a lot of people when they saw that slime video was when I put the shaving cream all over it. Only this time we're gonna be using Ready Whip. And to be honest, I still don't really feel like that's cheating, because even though I'm putting stuff in the toilet that I like, the challenge is not to eat this stuff, it's really just the fact that it comes out of the toilet that makes it difficult to eat. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover this with Ready Whip and get this thing going. Tell me that doesn't look delicious. Still no? Oh yeah, how about now? Who would eat this with me? Be honest. This, I mean, I'm not even really dreading this so much anymore. Even though we are talking about a brown syrupy substance that's coming out of my toilet, it still looks kind of appetizing to me, I gotta say. Now, before I do this, I have to warn you guys, don't eat anything out of your toilet ever, no matter what. Matter of fact, if you just touch your toilet, you should wash your hands immediately. So although this is a tutorial on how to do this, I think we'd all agree that it's absolutely ridiculous. And I personally would prefer not to get sued for any disease you catch eating out of your own toilet. But as I always say, I'm always up for a good trip to the hospital. So now I'm gonna get this thing going. I'm gonna make sure I get a good piece of it too, so I've got some slime in there, mixed with some of the whipped cream and the chocolate sauce. As much as I've been touching it, you'd think I'd be okay with putting a little bit of it in my mouth. I'm not. This is really disgusting. I really didn't want to do this part. I kept doing the whole thing thinking like, oh, I'll never finish this project. It's not like I'll ever have to actually eat it, and well, here we are. Okay. Well, I'm not dead yet. Cheers. I gotta admit, the flavor isn't that bad because it's just chocolate and whipped cream and this other stuff which kind of has no flavor. Or maybe it does. It just kind of tastes like dough, but the consistency of it, and then thinking of where I am, I really have to shut my eyes and put myself in another place to actually be able to eat a bite of this stuff. Oh, but we did make a lot of it, and I sure would hate to let all this go to waste. Oh. Oh my god. I can't get past the fact that it's coming out of the toilet. Alright, I feel like I'm gonna have to go psycho status on this thing. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and think about it and dwell on it and push it off and procrastinate. Oh my god, it's not sanitary. This is not sanitary. Oh god. Oh, but on the bright side, I think that the whipped cream actually did make the slime a little bit more usable. I have a goatee made out of edible toilet slime. That's pretty awesome. But you know, eating the stuff is really only half of the challenge. You also have to be able to play with it a little bit too, which I feel like I have not done sufficiently yet. So one thing I always like to do with my slime is make a slime hat. Oh my, yeah, this is what I like to do for fun, guys. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Get off of me, it's trying to suck my brain out. It realized it would starve to death at that, so it just gave up and retreated back into the toilet, where it belongs. I've already talked to the people from my apartment complex, and we're in agreement that I will have to pay for a new toilet. Maybe the time to do that would be soon, I would think. But I gotta say, this is the hardest slime and the most dense, like, heavy slime that I've made so far. So solid. That's probably what's gonna break my toilet. That's what I should stop doing right now. This is the type of slime that would totally make a mess though. God, I can't get over how dense this, oh god, this stuff went everywhere. I can't get over how dense this stuff is though. Let's see if it passes the slapping test. It's good that my slime goatee finally faded away. Oh my, it's getting all over the place. Oh my god, it's so slimy. Oh, get off of me! It like starts taking over your body. So yeah, in conclusion, this is a great way to make a mess and probably get really, really sick in the process. So if that's what you're intending on doing, this is the project for you. Something tells me that I probably didn't think this through and maybe I should hop in the shower right now. Wearing my slime hat, taking a shower. Got slime in my ears! It's sucking my brains out! This is a bad idea! Why do I have to put it on my head? I want to give you guys a little bit of the aftermath from all the destruction that just went on in my bathroom. The toilet is still obviously clogged. That's going to need a lot of work. I have a ridiculous amount of open, sweetened, condensed milk cans. Garbage just basically everywhere. And wouldn't you know it, my bathtub is completely stopped up. Yeah, I'm guessing that's going to take some work too. This very well may be the thing that was broken during this experiment. As I've mentioned before, slime does have a tendency of breaking absolutely everything. And this time I really think that my bathtub may have paid the price. Also, I did hear a crack coming from the toilet, so that may be broken too. Even if there is no crack, that still looks like it could be broken. The bottom line is, I don't ever want to come into this bathroom ever again for any reason whatsoever. And guys, I'm always up for a good challenge, so make sure to leave me your dares in the comment section, like the video, subscribe if you've yet to have done that, and as always, I'll be seeing you guys as soon as possible with a brand new video. Alright, thanks guys. Bye.